All right, heading into, I guess, week 2 of this particular project. I think we're week 4 of this quarter. So if I go into here, it just seems like some of y'all are having some problems getting this started. I want to make sure that I'm in the regular layers tab. I pulled this over on the far side here, so I have this whole space to work with. I didn't do it for this particular canvas. I did it for the one where I'm painting the actual gray default texture. If I double click on it, it's going to open it up, and all we're doing is currently just dragging and dropping images into the space. We can't access the wireframe. I don't know why Photoshop makes that. I have to do some research on that. I'll probably get some done today on that. But what I can do here is just work on cleaning up my scene a little bit. So I have my big layers over here just to make my life a little easier. Okay, so without changing anything here, what I need to do to move forward on this is I want to fix these corners. I want to get the wood down in here done right. Add the green. I don't know what I'm going to do for this bottom layer yet. I'm going to look at some reference photos and see what I get. Maybe find a wagon wheel to kind of force the wagon wheel look, even though it'll probably won't carry well at all. I may just actually put rivets on there and move on with that. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, a couple things I want to do before I go forward. First off, I need to clean up and rename everything. So I'm just go ahead and just say wood beams, and I want to put this up top because this is a quality detail. I got to clean up my stripes here, which I'll just do real quickly. I was just using the marquee tool, just draw the shape that I want and just clean that up. What I do want to do is actually get this green layer. Let's put this up here. I don't need that up there, do I? This is my base paint essentially. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I made it a weird shape for some reason. Just put this in this space right here. Hold control. I can get this little wonky corner. And I'm just going to extend this solid green color to all points of my canvas. What we've done here essentially is just given the entire thing a coat of paint. A lot of this is going to be discovery of where some of these actual geometric pieces are actually fitting. Alright, let's get this metal down here. I want to put this below here. There's one. Yeah, boop, logo, top. So those are good. That green's good. I'm going to take out this side panel to get rid of these front and back panels because the tracing was pretty bad. So, just quickly draw around that wireframe. Not worry about that anymore. So that's that. And so now what I got to do is just trace around that. So I'm going to hold Shift and left click on my mask and it'll hide it. And what that does is allows me to, I'm going to be able to trace off of it. I'm just going to do a straight line. I'm going to pick this bottom one and then copy and paste. It'll be a real simple job. So what we're going to do is just draw or tracing along this pinstripe. And I'm looking for little shifts in the direction because these are following the basic outlines that I got from the target file. Right, double click on it. I'm going to hide. Hold Shift and just get that there. So I'll go here, make sure I got the yellow that I want. I'm going to go into Edit and just click on Stroke. It was 5 pixels when I did it last time, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Hit Control C to copy. Actually, I don't want the middle, I want the whole thing. So Control C to copy, Control V to paste. The problem will need some cleanup again to get these corners right, but that's just something like this. Just take this, about half of it, copy, paste, put it right there. Just a little nudge. Using arrow keys. Go there. Just holding Alt and left clicking and making a copy of it. If I hold Shift, I can move it on a single axis, which helps. Control T, and then we'll flip it horizontal. Right there. There's these two. Hit Control E in the layers to collapse it. Can't see it. Cleaner. Like that. Drop it. Pinstripe. now what I gotta do is I'm gonna get rid of this one actually, and hold Alt and Shift and just drag this down. Alright. I'm gonna hold Alt, left click to make a duplicate, hold Control T, and then I can hold Shift while rotating to snap it. I'll probably do one of these at a time. And if I need to, since I made that a collapsed layer and they don't line up, I'll just grab what I need and move it. Alright, that's cleaner. That's way cleaner. Great. This is the interior here, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select, what I'm going to do here is select where the space is that I needed. And it's an odd shape, of course. These UVs are really weird. And then drag that selection using the marquee tool still. If I use the move tool, I'm going to move pixels. But if I use the marquee tool, M on your keyboard, I'll just move the actual selection set. So here I can hit Control C, Control V, and drop that in there. What I want to do is get it below that level, so just drag it below that layer. That should cover the uprights inside here. Cool. Alright, now I want to play around with this metal. This metal's driving me crazy, but it'll work for right now. That metal is right here. Hold Shift. Yeah, I don't want that mask. I think the mask will be fine. Actually, I'm going to redo the mask. So let's go ahead and just Control A, backspace, X, Control backspace, Alt backspace. There we go. Alright. I think that the metal's just too many pixels. It's just got so much going on with it. But I want to get some of that green paint in there, so there's a couple ways I can do it. If I go in here and play with the layer blend options, layer blend type, get some interesting effects. I'll probably drop it down a little bit, just a hair. Alright, so now the minecart's top beams have a little roughness in the visual cue of it, and I want to carry that over here on this side and back in front of this main body, but not inside. I'm trying to think of what I could do for the interior. I think that's the interior. We'll have to do a discovery. There we go, Photoshop. We're awake now. I'm pretty sure that is. So what I can do here is I'm going to go ahead and start grouping this into a new folder. Just call this worn metal. I'm going to duplicate this. Hold Shift and left click on the mask and just slide this thing around to find some interesting placements. I don't need the entire set of pixels, but since it's on the bottom, okay. And since I'm really just going for texture, I'm just going to go ahead and just use the scale tool feverishly, even though I tell you not to. And these are the rims around the outer parts of the wheel. Alright, so that's looking a little bit more, that's pretty cool looking. It's not great. What we can do for the wheels is put at the very top, and whatever pixels are on that layer, we'll just cover up anything else below it. And then we're getting close to where I can say, hey, sure. I may actually put in some pinstriping around these trim pieces here. I got it all. Alright, so these are the butt fronts that will be here and here. And so the bumpers, I think, are those. No, those aren't bumpers. Could be bumpers. It's so hard to tell. So let's go ahead and do one thing real quick. Okay, logo. That's above the paint, body paint. Yep. We can put the logo with the pinstripes. Let's do body. Group. Call it body. Put the logo in the body. Booyah. Okay, we're gonna get the wood. Group it. Wood trim. There might be some wood trim in there. I don't know. Some burl oak. What's up? Goodness gracious. That's not what I want to do.